from Berwick Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan and today we're doing a walk around video of this 2015 MY14 Mitsubishi Challenger in a 4x4. Now what we'll do is run around the condition of the actual exterior and show you some of the features inside the car. Starting off at the front end, you've got that signature Mitsubishi grille with the Mitsubishi badging right in the middle there. Nice and bright and chrome finish. You do also have the chrome plates that do tie in quite nicely to the shape of the front bar. Now the car is designed with the split grille look. As it is a turbo intercooled car, it does help to have that extra airflow through the car itself. Now coming across to the big headlights on the side here, you've got your projector globe in the middle there, as well as your indicator lamp built in just to the side of the headlight. Got standard covers there. You can fit in a fog light in the front if you did want to as well. Now coming across to the driver's side of the car, coming to the first alloy wheel, great condition on the rim. It's completely unmarked, so previous owner's done a good job in looking after the car and driving it quite carefully. And just taking a look at the tires, there's plenty of tread remaining on these tires. Would say they're almost brand new tires. Now coming across to the driver's side door, you can see that it is fitted with a side step. Considering the Challenger is quite a high car, it does help to have the step when you are climbing in and out. Now we do also have color match side mirrors and door handles. Ties in quite nicely with the theme of the car and blends in really well. Does give it a really nice look. Now in the mirror itself, you've got your indicator lamp just built in there. Nice sleek rectangle design. Benefit of that is it does actually clear up this quarter panel, actually elevates the lamp to give better indication to all the other drivers on the road. Now in this quarter panel there is a small little grille kind of thing. It's not actually functional, it's just to add a little bit of detail to the side of the car. Now if we were to open up the car, just taking a look inside and actually having a look at the condition, it actually presents really well. Bolsters are still quite firm. The seat conditions are still very good. There's no marks or wear or tear damage on the seats itself, and it has been looked after really well, and person's obviously being quite careful climbing in and out of the car. The carpets are still in very good condition, very minimal wear and tear. I mean, the car is 5 years old, but it's been looked after really well. The scuffing on the plates here, very minimal. There is very light marks, but it is what you'd expect climbing in and out of such a high car. Now on the door card here, where people can get lazy kicking the door open, very minimal wear, if at all. Otherwise the car has been looked after again really well. Now just closing this up, for one thing I just want to apologize for the little bit of dirt that has built up on the car. It's due to the rainy weather over the last couple of days. It has picked up a little bit of dust. Now one thing I will note, I don't know if you can see this in the video, but it's got really big windows all around the car. It does provide that extra visibility when you are driving, and it improves the drivability of the car. However, considering the glass is so big, I do highly recommend you take advantage of the tint options that we offer here, as you're quite exposed in this car, and it is going to help keep you nice and safe and protected, obviously from all the benefits of heat reduction and UV protection. Now as we come across to the second alloy wheel, again another completely unmarked alloy, great condition on the rim, no stone chips or marks that are that you can see, and plenty of tread remaining on these tires. Again, almost brand new tires on the back as well. As you come across the side, you can see, I mean, the paint condition is still really well. Although it is dirty, there's no actual marks that are noticeable on the paint itself. Does present still really well. Nice big bright headlights, tail lights, sorry, on the back of the car, and your reverse lamp. It does come across the side of the car. Again, it is to provide that extra visibility around the car for all the other drivers on the road. In the bottom rear bar here, you've got your color match rear parking sensors, as well as a reverse camera mounted just under this really nice chrome panel. Now, the car does come fitted with a genuine Mitsubishi tow bar as well. If you are using it for a bit of traveling and towing, you've already got that hooked on the car, and you've also got your rear wiper blades and washers and a high mounted brake light just inside. Now, if we were to open this up, taking a look in the back of the Challenger. Now the Challenger itself is a 5-seater, as most of you would know. It does come with your genuine carpet mats and plenty of boot space in the back, so if you are using this for traveling, this is a perfect car. Now the rear seats are a 60-40 split, so again it does make it quite adjustable in terms of what preference you might need, and you've also got a little lock here to release the spare wheel, which is actually mounted under the car. Benefit of that is it clears up the boot space, allows for a clean tailgate, and it's mounted underneath where it's nice and safe. Now the actual boot itself presents really well. There's no damage to the plastic surrounds on the outside of the boot, and car looks really actually quite good on the inside. Now if I close this up, As you come across the passenger side of the car, I will note the fuel filler cap is on the passenger side, so safe side of the car. In case you do get stuck in an emergency, at least you know you're not in the way of any possible oncoming traffic. Coming over to the third alloy, again, another completely unmarked alloy. Considering this side of the car is generally what gets damaged the most, does still present really well, and almost brand new tires on the back end of this car. Again, steps on this side of the car, and the paint of the car actually still continues around this side. It still presents really well despite the little bit of dirt it has picked up. But one thing I will talk to you about is the glass coat option, because that is going to give you a lifetime warranty on this paintwork, and it's actually going to make it a lot easier for you to clean these little marks off the car when it does come to cleaning it and protecting it and preserving. So please talk to us about the options that we provide, and we can package that in with some tint for you and make it a really nice, comfortable payments for you. Now, coming over to that fourth and final alloy, again, completely unmarked. Very minimal mark to the actual chrome finish on there, but the rim itself still presents really well, and almost brand new tires on the front. So as you can see, car presents exceptionally well. You got 4 almost brand new tires, 4 unmarked rims, and the paint condition around the car is still A1. So now taking a look inside the engine bay of the Challenger. Now what we have here is Mitsubishi's 4-cylinder 2.5 litre turbo diesel motor with a 5-speed automatic gearbox. The benefit of that obviously provides that extra torque and long gears for any towing needs that you might have. Now this car itself has 6 airbags, so plenty of safety for all the passengers inside the car. Now this diesel motor itself produces 131 kilowatts of 350 newton meters of torque, so plenty of power and torque behind the car if you were planning on towing or having a heavy payload. Now this is a diesel fuel tank with a 70 litre capacity. Now this has a combined fuel consumption of 9.8 litres per 100 kilometers with an average fuel distance of about 714 kilometers off a full tank, depending on how you drive and whether you are towing. Taking a look inside the Challenger, starting off on the driver's side door, do get this really nice door card with a few different components to it. So you've got this really nice black card with this beautiful plate that goes through the middle of it, gives it kind of a carbon fiber look, and you've got a nice soft material under that. Now on the armrest itself, you've got all your window controls, so your driver's side being fully automatic up and down, and then the rest being your standard power windows. Above that, you do also have your window lock option in case people are playing around with the windows in the back seat. Now on the right side of the dash, you do have your power mirror settings with the little button to tuck in your power mirrors if you are parked on the side of the road or just want to protect the side mirrors of the car. You've also got a little adjuster, and below that is your traction control button, which you can turn on and off, and you've also got your rear diff lock control here if you were doing a bit of forward driving or whatever it might be. Now taking a look at the steering column, on the right hand stalk you do have your left and right indicator as well as your headlight controls. They are just your manual controls, so you do have to adjust it accordingly. And on the left hand side are your rear wipers and washers and your front wipers and washers, so all the controls on the left hand side. Now just through the middle there, you do also get 2 paddle shifters. It is going to help you shift through the gears manually if you did want to do that and have a bit more control over your car. However, it will drive in automatic as usual, but I will touch on that a little bit later. Now the steering wheel itself is a really nice leather stitched steering wheel, quite comfortable to use and really smooth design. And if you look on the side here, there's no wear or tear, so the previous owner has actually done a very good job in looking after this car. On the steering wheel itself, you've got a few controls. So on the right hand side are your cruise control settings with your on and off, set and coast, and on the left hand side are all your media controls, so your volume and your mode to flick through the different options. Now just on the little paddles down here, you've got 3 buttons for your call, reject and voice activation for your head unit. Now coming over to the actual center console here, if I just move this over, on the top here you do have a little dial that does provide you with a little bit of information, especially useful if you are doing a bit of forward driving or traveling quite long distances. You've got a clock there, your time, date and temperature, as well as a bearing in the middle there. So if you are following a map or whatever it might be, you can flick through the different information. So you've got your fuel economy, range of distance, average speed and outside temperature. So a lot of information if you are doing a bit of traveling. Now below that is your head unit's entertainment system. It is a touchscreen head unit with your AM, FM radio, auxiliary and your Bluetooth connectivity. So it does have everything you could possibly need inside the car itself. But quite a simple system and not much to mess around with. It's quite direct, so very easy to use. Now below that you do have your AC system, so your modes to flick through the different options, your fan speed and the temperature on this side. Below that is a little bit of storage, and under that you've also got cigarette lighter, Again, we don't encourage people to smoke in the cars, however you do have that option there, and you've also got your parking sensor on and off button if they do get a little bit annoying. Below that is a little bit of storage on this really nice plate. Again, it ties in quite nicely with the rest of the details around the car, and you've got this really nice leather wrapped gear shifter, quite comfortable to use and very easy shifts. It's very similar to the design of the Pajero. Now if I bring it down to drive and flick it to the left, that's where you have your manual sports gearbox, so you can flick it using these, using the gear shifter or the paddle shifts as well. Otherwise you can just leave it in drive and the car's going to do that for you. Now if I go up to reverse, you can see, as I mentioned before, the car does come with the reverse camera, and you've got the rear bar just under there as well as the tow bar just at the bottom, so it does make it quite easy if you are reversing up to a caravan or a kind of trailer, and you've got your guiding lines there as well. On the right side of that, you've got your four-wheel drive select shifter, so you've got your 2 high, 4 high center diff lock and your 4 low center diff lock. So if you are doing some pretty intense forward driving, traveling the Simpson Desert, whatever it might be, you've got all the controls needed for it. Behind that, a little bit of storage. You've also got 2 cup holders and an ashtray or a bin, whatever you want to use it for. However, that is there, nice and easy to pull out of the car and clean if you needed to. Also got a manual handbrake and this really nice suede cloth kind of finish to the center console armrest. And if I lift that up, you've got 2 compartments. So first compartment has a little bit of storage, and if I bring that down and lift up the second compartment, you got more storage inside there with an auxiliary, with your auxiliary component cables and a 12-volt socket, again if you need to do any additional charging, but plenty of space in there. Now what I do is get the camera person to actually pan around the interior, show you some of the condition on the inside of the car. The roof lining still presents really well. The seats in the back are in excellent condition. The previous owner has really done a good job in looking after this car and maintaining it quite well. So seats present well, no fading or stains remaining on the seats, and carpet still is in very good condition. So car has been looked after meticulously inside and out. So now what we'll do is jump outside and wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video of this 2015 Mitsubishi Challenger. I hope the video gave you a good representation as to the condition of the outside and the inside. And I think we might have found your perfect car. It has been looked after really well, so it is great value for money. Now, if you did have any additional questions in regards to the car, or wanted to test drive it, or actually wanted to purchase the car before you came in, you can do that. Now, the number to dial is 990705555. Just before I go, this car does qualify for our premium mechanical protection plan. What that offers is 5 years extended protection on 181 electrical and mechanical components of this car, and it does also come with the added benefit of 10 years platinum roadside assistance nationwide. So if you are planning on traveling with this car or using it for a long time, I do highly recommend you take advantage of this, because it is going to protect you, and in case you do get stuck in an emergency, you know you're going to be looked after. Now, as I mentioned before, please do take advantage of the glass coat and tin options that we provide here. Again, it is going to help protect the car and your investment if you do plan on keeping it in the long term. Now, these are at an additional cost. However, if you are using our in-house finance, I'd love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just how minimal these will affect your repayments. And lastly, but most importantly, please check out our Google reviews. With over 1,000 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance that you are dealing with the right people and the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 990705555. My name is Nathan, and thank you so much for watching.